I'm doing this video to make it even more clear what I mean. If the visuals make a difference, then let's use visuals. The message we are relaying, the message that we are relaying is a message to the whole world. The reason I'm emphasizing start with the Muslims in any business, any entity, in any goal. You start at a specific scale, and from there you upscale. In this case, I see your goals. I see your goals. Your most realistic approach in this is to start with the Muslims, the Muslim audience specifically. Start by telling your Muslim followers, make a video, do whatever it is, reach out to them in any way that you see the most efficient, and tell them to start changing their lifestyle. Be closer to God. If God remembers you, you will live prosperously. In order for God to remember you, you must remember Him. As I mentioned in that script earlier, what I messaged you earlier, if you have remembrance of God, specifically, remembrance meaning to اذكر, to remember God, to do dhikr, to say subhanallah, 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 you are now remembering God. The more important as well, not just repeating these verbal statements to God, is to prostrate, bring your forehead to the floor. This is a commandment. This is not an optional thing for Muslims. If they don't do this, they are not remembering God. You can't just say subhanallah and call it a remembrance of God. You have to prostrate. Your forehead must come into contact with the ground. Your forehead must come into contact with the ground. If they do this, if they successfully and consistently keep doing this within a very short amount of time, the prosperity will come back to the Muslims so fast, and they will come back to the time where they were living the golden age. Justice was fair, education was at its highest, everyone was led by the Middle East through the example of a prosperous society. Seriously, pass this message on. Pass it on to them. If you pass it on to them, they will live prosperously, and the rest of the world will follow. Trust me.